Check this out. San Francisco Bay Bridge, isn't that beautiful? You know, I hope you like bridges, because if you don't, you're not going to like this YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about mylendingplace.com, a company that I'm selling, and a company I built from nothing. And I want to kind of keep this short. I just did another video, and it was kind of a little long, and sometimes people don't watch long videos. So, you know, in essence, here's some bullet points. I'm one of the first fintech developers. I built an online mortgage company, and the company's name is mylendingplace.com. We had other ancillary sites like Texas Mortgage Associates. We also had Dallas Lending. We had all kinds of companies, but mylendingplace.com, it was the main company. I'll kind of tell you a quick story about MyLendingPlace and kind of tell you while I fall and slip here. But it'll tell you how far I've come. You know, when I started MyLendingPlace, I went to a builder. At that day, before I really embraced the web, I just went to a local builder and thought I'd try to get some business from a builder. And if you don't know this, but builder business is usually bought by realtors, so you kind of have to, or builder business is usually, it's hard to get because a lot of builders have in-house lenders. So, you know, I went and found a builder, and he was interested in talking to me, and I, of course, I was excited to get his business, and I was going to be, this like probably year 1, year 2 of the business. And I walked in, and he said, I'm not sure where he's from, but this is how I heard it. He's like, because I'd use MyLendingPlace, but you need to take the .com off your card, because I don't want nobody thinking that you know, we're dealing with one of those .com companies. And so, you know, what's funny is I actually did that. You know, I took the .com off and kind of downplayed it. And long story short, I lasted 10 years, and he probably lasted, I don't know where he's at. But I promise you this, the internet's here to stay. And I went on to build mylendingplace.com from a $30,000 company. It was profitable the first month. And then I built it all the way up to a $500,000 company, of which was half of that was my production. So here's some other bullet points. If you would like to own a fintech company, you would like to own a mortgage shop, but more importantly, more than just a website, it's the execution. And that is, I built a company from zero to $500,000. And if we were to scale that, if we were to think in terms of scalability, what I was able to do in one market, we could do in the top 10 or 15 markets. And once you really start looking at owning a successful, proven, documented, where I could show you tax returns, show you the systems, you know, if I had enough investors or I had enough capital from like a mortgage house or an investment house, if I had a company like that who would really understand the value of having an online portal such as mylendingplace.com, you know, MyLendingPlace could be $1 billion company, and I can just show you those numbers. So if you're interested in owning a fintech company, there's all kinds of reasons why you know, that makes sense, especially in today's Dodd-Frank regulatory environment. I could talk to you about how I think moving it from Austin to Colorado makes the most sense. And, you know, they say that you could solve any problem if you have enough engineers and money. Well, I have the system, and it's scaled. I mean, I scaled it for 10 years, and, you know, I hate to go all trendy on you and talk about Malcolm Gladwell, but I have not just 10,000 hours in owning a mortgage website, but I have probably 100,000 hours, and those were hard years. And you know, the thing is, a lot of times businesses fail not because they're not good ideas. It's just they don't last long enough to get good. Well, you know, I lasted 10 years, and I bring the systems, and ideally, what I like to do is sell it at a, you know, certain times earnings. You know, I don't know what Amazon sells for or Facebook sells for, but I want to sell MyLendingPlace a certain times earnings, and ideally, I like to kind of put it over its new home, your investment house, your mortgage house, bring my systems and kind of stay on it as an advisory role and kind of keep an equity position, because, you know, it's my baby. I started it, and I love to see it flourish. But at this point, we're Web 2.0. Now we're at MyLendingPlace 2.0. So again, if you are in the fintech space, you're an investor, a developer, and you would like to, or you believe that people are still going to buy homes, and kind of tell you an advantage, if you're kind of give you an example, if you're a San Francisco Bay investment house or mortgage company, and you decide you want to really dominate the La Jolla market, well, you could do that with mylendingplace.com. The scalability of MyLendingPlace is there. Now we just need investors. I bring the know-how. I'm just looking for legitimate investors, and ideally I like to just stay on as an advisory role. There's a lot of projects that I want to do, and I would just hate for all the experience, I mean, all the experience that I developed and grew with MyLendingPlace to go out the window, because it's a great company for the right investor. You just have to understand fintech, you have to understand numbers, and be patient. But you know what they say, you can solve all kinds of problems. You bring enough people on and fund those projects, and that's where we're at. So if you have any interest in this, in owning mylendingplace.com or Dallas Lending, you know, just think if you had 1% of Dallas Lending's, if you had 1% of the mortgage business in Dallas, how much is that worth to you? And then use My Lending Place to focus on the top 15 markets or 20 markets. Anyway, email me. My name is Jonathan. Email me at john@mylendingplace.com. john@mylendingplace.com. I would love to talk to you and tell you about how My Lending Place is going to be $1 billion company. Just we need you, or you need me. So anyway, I love to sit down and talk with you. No business brokers. One of the reasons why I'm doing it this way is I just want to kind of avoid business brokers, and since I built it, it's my baby, and I understand the company, and so I want to advocate for the company over a business broker who may have, you know, 30 other businesses that they're kind of hawking. So anyway, John, Jon, @mylendingplace.com. Own a fintech, not just a fintech, a proven fintech. Scalability. Let's talk briefly about scalability. You know, I learned yesterday when they built that San Francisco Bay Bridge, they built it, and they built these little scale models, 1:50 ratios, and they did that because they wanted to test it, and they wanted to test the engineering, and they wanted to test the strength. And once it was tested and proven, once it was proven that it was a workable model, guess what they did? Then they invested the big money. And mylendingplace.com, and how that's related to my mortgage company, is that we have 10 years of scalability, growth, systems that work. So this is not just an idea. Ideas are a dime a dozen. It's about the execution. And you know, Web 1.0 was about just throw the idea out there and bring investors. I think Web 2.0 is bring the idea, show the scalability, and then let's talk. And that's what I offer. So I am Jonathan. Email me at jon@mylendingplace.com. I'd love to talk to you, sit down with you. We can even meet Sausalito. That's where I'm at. Enjoy your day. Reach out. Love to hear from you. Bye-bye.